We want to be able to talk about the sides of a right triangle, so we need to have a way of naming them. And it turns out that it's convenient for us because we will be talking about functions with angles as the input, that I want to be able to talk about the names of the sides of a triangle in relationship to an angle. So here we go. We have let me draw a right triangle here. There's a right angle. Okay. Now in every right triangle, the longest side is always across from the right angle, and we will always call that side the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Now the other two sides we're going to name in relationship to an angle. So for instance, if I look at this angle right here, look at this angle, then the two sides have a relationship to that angle. In particular, the side way over here is on the opposite side of the triangle. This is now called the opposite side. On the other hand, this side right here is close to that angle. In fact, it's part of the angle, right? This angle is made up of these two line segments. So this is what's called the adjacent side. It's like right next to it. So I have a hypotenuse, an opposite side, and an adjacent side. But opposite and adjacent are relative to this angle. If I look at essentially the same triangle, this is still the hypotenuse here. I'm going to abbreviate it HYP. But now if I look at this angle, it's the side down here that's on the opposite side of the triangle, right? This is now the opposite side. This side right here is part of the angle that I'm looking at. It's not the hypotenuse, so it must be what we call the adjacent side. Hypotenuse, opposite, and adjacent are the three names that we will use for the sides of the triangle. Hypotenuse is always in the same place. I think I missed an N in high. Actually, that's an O. Hypotenuse. There we go. That's why I abbreviated just HYP. I don't need to be able to spell the whole thing. I think there's an E on the end too. Huh. Anyway, hypotenuse is not relative. Hypotenuse is the longest side. It's across from the right angle. Adjacent and opposite are relative to which angle you're looking at. Look at this angle. The far away side is the opposite one, and the one here is adjacent. Look at that angle. Its far away side is the opposite one, and the one close is the adjacent. Okay. There you go. Names of sides of triangles.